For TraderInsight.com, I'm Adrian Manns, and I would like to answer some questions that I got about days like today where we have a lot of trades on our trading plan, and how do we handle them all. It's really pretty simple, so let's just have a quick look and see if we can't clear that up for everyone. So here we have the plan from Monday, June 23rd, 2014. All right, it's been a good month, and we have got a lot of trades on the agenda for today. So now it's, of course, never the case that I want to go and pick and choose these trades. I focus first and foremost on that around the horn section of the plan. This, of course, is the gouge sheet, so we're not looking at the individual pages of the plan. We're looking at the summary portion, which makes it really, really easy to transfer all this information to our charts and automate as much of the trading as we possibly can. So here we see the 7 stocks that were on for the day today. We had AXS, CBI, CRI, EIX, ETR, FTI, and MWE. And of course, when you have 7, you're going to have to load them up with as much automation as you possibly can. That involves putting in bracket orders or conditional orders. The advantage of a bracket order is it's lightning fast. The advantage of a conditional order is it's not going to tie up your resources at your broker-dealer. So conditional orders are only going to reflect in your available cash to trade once they've triggered, whereas bracket orders are immediately going to reserve that cash. So that's the difference, at least with any kind of real tick broker that you might be using. If you're using TradeStation, you've got a whole different way you can set these up. But really what I want to focus on in this video is just some good practices and how to stay on top of this stuff once it triggers you in. Now, a lot of you watching this have been to one of the boot camps, and the whole purpose of those income trading boot camps is to get you on top of how to find your own setups and how to manage trades when the positions are ready to be entered. First and foremost, what you should notice here is that I have gone and transferred all those color-coded lines from the trading plan itself over to each individual chart. So for Axis, right, there's no question once the stock opens, and we see here that it opens and it's above the stop loss, so the high red line is the stop loss. It then travels down through, and eventually over the course of the session it hits this dashed red line. The dashed red line is my trigger line, and I've got all this automated ahead of time. Then it moves down to 50% to the target, moves down to 10 cents to the target, and the whole time that it's doing this, we know that what we need to do is keep pulling the stop down, first to risk-free, then to profit protecting, and then we take the trade off at the end of the day. So this one didn't quite make it to the profit target. It made it to 10 cents to the target. Next one on the plan was CBI. So it's kind of the same scenario. These all triggered midday. And you see here, once again, once the trigger happened, there's really not that much that I need to do by way of trade management except to move my stops down. What's nice is that in most software that can be done intraday just by grabbing your stop loss and ratcheting it down to risk-free and then profit protecting. So in this case, we see we had a 70.52 entry, made it 50% of the distance to the target, 10 cents to the target, and then went down through the target price. Nice 56 cent per share move on CBI. Next one on the plan was Carter's Incorporated, ticker symbol CRI, and here we see this one opened, traded down to the entry trigger, 67.70, and then went up and hit the stop loss at 68.09. So 39 cents, all automated, got us in right on that opening bar and got us right back out again when the stock hit this stop loss line. Edison International, EIX, this was on today as well. Opened above our entry price, traded all the way up to where we had the stop loss, came down, hit the entry trigger, oscillated around that trigger, went back down through the entry price again, 50% of the distance to the target, 10 cents to the target, missed the target by about a penny, turned around and got us out at 50% to the target. Entergy Corporation opened, triggered us in the first 5 minutes of trading, oscillated around that entry price, came down, hit 50% to the target, 10 cents to the target, hit the target. So I hope you see that really what we're accomplishing here is that we don't have to even look at the trading plan during the day. You can just quickly look at the chart and the plan sort of unfolds right in front of you. So just those colored lines being on the charts and knowing what to do at each one of those colored lines makes life a whole lot easier. In this case, of course, Entergy 80.60 was the short sale entry, 80.10 were out, so another 50 cent per share gainer. FTI, same thing. Now this is on the long side of the market, so you see my entry trigger line is green. The market opened this morning, it gapped a little higher, still within allowable slippage, and the stock gets picked up and goes straight up to the profit target. So very, very fast move. And then later in the day, we get another entry opportunity, and this one winds up closing out the session at 61.89. So 29-cent per share gain on the second entry and 47 cents per share on the first entry. Finally, also on the long side of the market, MarkWest Energy Partners. We see this one opened right down at the stop loss, turned around, triggered in, straight to the profit target. Right, we've got a bunch of profit protecting stops and things that were moving around in there, but everything is made very, very clear by those lines. So for those of you who went to the boot camp in Santa Monica or in Miami, Florida last year, this should serve as a nice little refresher for you. We are planning another boot camp for the first week of August in 2014. That's coming up in about a month and a half. And if you're interested in becoming a new boot camp member, there are only 20 seats available at any boot camp. The event is done in partnership with TradeStation. TradeStation will rebate you the entire cost of the boot camp when you open a new account. And if you are interested in any of that, just click on the link below the video and you'll be redirected to a page that tells you all about it. So for TraderInsight.com, I'm Adrian Manns. I hope you had a great trading day and have a really great one tomorrow.